This conference will now be recorded.
Last class, we've been talking about serialization of an XML. We have seen how to serialize or how to create an XML file or an output. How can I create an XML string as an output? For that, you have seen that we have been taking support of DOM namespace, right? Under the DOM namespace, we have been taking the help of, right, DOM.document, DOM.xml node. Now today, we will start with deserialization. What is a deserialization process? Whenever somebody gives you an output in XML format, how can you convert it back to a consumable format? Right? A third-party system gives you a data in a XML format, the way you created XML format and you are giving to someone else. Now, if the same output is given to you, yesterday's output, I give it to you. Do I have it yesterday's diagram? Yep. If I give you the same yesterday's output and I ask you, create a accounts and contact from here, how will you do this is a big question. How can I create it? How can I convert back an XML string back to a consumable format? The format, which is a Salesforce format. I want to convert it into Salesforce account, Salesforce contact. How can I convert it back? That conversion process of a XML to a system class, conversion of a XML back to the system class is called deserialization. Definition is same even for JSON. Converting a JSON to a system class is called deserialization. Conversion of XML to a system class or a system format is called deserialization. Conversion of system format to a JSON format is called serialization. Conversion of system format to a XML format is called serialization. Conversion is serialization. Deconversion is deserialization. Now let us learn deserialization. Deserialization was quite simple, right? In JSON, just JSON.deserialize. But here there is nothing called simple command, right? So let's go ahead and see. I log in with my credentials, Rupam @of91.com, password INDIA 1234 hash, India 1234 hash, right? India 1234 hash. I click on setup, developer console. Right, there we go. I close this. Now, let me create an example of deserialization directly. File, new, class. I will say CL underscore INT integration underscore, right, 6 underscore EG1 underscore XML underscore deserialization. Okay, I create a class. Now somebody is giving me a XML string. I have to get the output. That means there's the input and output. So public string. What is that? XML string. Somebody is giving me XML string. Gets it. Similarly, the output result Let me convert it into string again for the moment, right? String parse data. My output is parse data. Input is XML string, right? Rather than, right? Do you want me to go ahead and write a method? Let's write a method. Yesterday onwards we started method. Easy to write a constructor, but okay, let's write method. Public void, method name is convert me. Method name I'm giving you, convert me. That's the method name. Inside this method, now we will start conversion. Input, third party system will give me the string in this variable. I have to convert this XML string to a consumable format. Let's assume that this complete is given to you in XML string. It's a string, so they gave you in this format. You have to convert this now. This I'm storing in the XML string. Let's assume, right? Now, let's say public, right? DOM, as usual, DOM dot document. I'm deserializing it. Remember this, it's a deserialization. We also call this a doc. For serialization, I have used the name doc. Here also I have used the name. The first step is common between both serialization and deserialization. New DOM.doc. New DOM.document. Step 1, create a DOM document. Create an XML document. Doc. Right? Then in the serialization, we created root. We added the root to the document. We created a root and then we first bring a pot, right? Create a root, add that root to the pot. Here it's different now.
They are missing semicolon at 8, sir.
Very good, perfect, right. Next, whatever the string was given to you, load it on this new document. Second step, load the XML data that is provided to you in this blank document. We created an XML document, a blank XML document. On this blank pot, so create a doc for serialization, deserialization. First, land is required. On that land, you create a root, you create a plant. Now, identify a land, open land, and first put the tree, right? Load the tree on the land. Now we will loading this. How to do? doc doc dot. I will use load. Load what? XML string. This is what I want to load. Step 2, deserialization I'm doing now. So whatever the document, whatever I received, second step, Control C. Step 2, what is that? Load the received XML string to the doc. First create the doc, which is an empty doc. On that empty doc, load the XML string. Perfect. Now my pot contains the tree. Now let's take out our knife and start cutting the tree. We'll separate the root, right? We'll separate the branch and we will start. Before we separate all these things, you should know how the tree, which tree is provided to you. Because depending on the tree, your deserialization also will change. If it's a simple banana tree, it's easy. Root, there are only 3 components: root, stem, fruit. If it's a mango tree, somebody has given me, I cannot use root, stem, fruit. No, root, stem, again stem, again stem, again stem, then fruit. It could be like this. Root to stem, root, stem, stem, Again, one stem has another stem and then fruit. It can be any type of trees, right? Let's assume that it's a simple tree, right? Let's assume it's a simple tree, right? Simple. I told you what is a simple and what is a complex. Whenever you have nested tag inside tag, we call them as complex. First, let us see simple. Simple means line by line, one below the other. There is no, nested tags, one inside the tag other. Now, what I will do, there we go, right? Next, in the nested, everything will be on the root itself, root. So that, let me say parse data equals to ROT root. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I didn't declare the root only. Okay. Next, you have to get the root. DOM, now get the root first. DOM.xml node. What is that? Root equals to, where is the root? Root is in the document. In the document, the plant is planted. Document dot. On the document, we loaded the tree. Now, from the document, I will say get root element. What is the next step? Get root element. So, step 3, right? Step 3, right? Load the XML string or XML tree, whatever you say. Get the root. Always first get the root, because that is important. So, get the root. There we created the root. Here we are getting the root. I'm using get root element. So create an empty document, load the string to the document. Now start from the root, never start from the top, right? Start from the root, from the down, and then go up. Get the root. Yes, I got the root. My root will be stored in the root. Now get the name. I want to get this, what I will say, parse data. Whatever the root I got, I will store here. Parse data equals to root dot name, root dot get name, get name. Get the name of the root. If you see the diagram, what is the root? Root is accounts. Root was account. So system will bring account out. This is the root. This is the root. Yesterday, if you remember the diagram, same diagram I was copied it, and I took to the paint and I converted to vertical, and then I put a line here straight, if you remember, like this. So I'm saying this is the root and these are the branches. This is the first branch. This is the second branch. In the second branch, there is another branch. Root with branches. Where is the root? Root is element. Root is this. Root is this account. So system will get the account. Get the name and store here. Right? Let's assume that it's simple. Everything is in the root itself. I told you, not a complex. It's a simple tree I'm making. Simple tree, right? Whatever I showed you yesterday is a complex. Inside these are complex. One inside other. One inside other is a complex. If you remember, this is complex because one tag is there. Inside that there is a one more tag, and inside that there's a one more tag. So that 3-step, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. So it's a complex. 1 step, 2 step. Here it's a 3-step. Tag inside tag. These are complex. These are complex. I told you no. I'm not debugging. I'm not deserializing complex. I'm showing you deserializing simple. Deserializing simple, right? Where is that? What is a simple one, right? XML. I saved, no? Yes, XML on a desktop. Integration XML. There we go. Simple. How is it simple? Anything inside anything? No. Name. Inside the name, here you see that account. Inside that you have a name. This is complex. One level, two levels. See that? If you refer the first class. Complex. Now I'm showing you how to deserialize simple. If I get a data in a first level itself, level 1 itself, everything on the root, that means fruit can be where now? Simple are nothing but, what is a simple? How do you compare a simple? Whatever the tree structure that I was showing you, where my fruits were hanging? My fruits were hanging where? My fruits were hanging where? On the branches. Do you think always the fruit comes in the branches? This is the ground. Earlier, right, right, getting a fruit from the branch is difficult. It's a complex. This is the root. This is the root, right? This is the root. On the root, there is a tree. Oh, too much big tree. On the root, there is a tree. On the tree, there is a branch. On the branch, the fruits are hanging. This is what type of tree? Now tell me, if it's a potato tree or potato plant, I will say, where the fruits will be? If it's a ginger, where the fruits will be? If it's a sweet potato, if it's a yam, if it's a colocasia, where the fruits will be?
In ground.
In the down, in the root. In colocasia, right, chamagadda, right? If you take yam, what do you call it? Kandagadda? No, I don't know. All the gaddas, simple word. Where the fruits will be? Fruits will be in the root. That means all gaddas are simple. Fruit will be here. Ting, and the fruit will come. This will be like this. Potatoes, chamagadda, jamagadda, whatever you say, whichever gadda you say, all the right root level vegetables, right? Carrot, radish, turnip, right? These are simple. Whichever in the fruits are in root level, they are called simple XML. Simple XML. But in the root also there could be complex. What? From the root, one more root coming up, right? In that root, I have a fruit, right? Mostly roots, right? In root, you don't get a fruit on the subroot. Potato, one main root will be there. On the main root itself, the fruits will be hanging like this everywhere, right? Radish root itself is the fruit. So now we are in this structure. I'm deserializing this, right? Simple, where everything is in the root itself. Name is the root, age is a root, city Hyderabad is a root, right? So let us do this. So parse data, root dot get name. Get me the name of in the root itself, the fruit is there. So get the name. Now there could be more than one. There could be more than one. There could be more than one, right? More than one, right? There could be more than one. Let's think that there could be more than one. There could be a chances. There could be more than one, right? So what I will say is that, right? List. Let us first go ahead. Okay. List. I'm thinking list of. Now this is something different I'm doing. List of what? All these are nodes. Root is a node, branch is a node, everything is a node. I told you There are how many nodes are there? There are 3 roots. All the 3 are nodes. This is the root account, right? Root. This is another node, name, right? Even though there's a data here, but this is another node, right? Complex. Every line, every structure is a node. So list of DOM dot XML node. I'm taking the collection of the node called as child. Child. I identify the root. I identify the root. In the root, there are 2 now. So that 2 fruits are there. 2 fruits are there. These are child. There's a 1 more fruit. 3 fruits are there. So collection, that's the thing I'm taking list. List of child or childs, whatever you say, equals to on the root dot get child element. First get the root and then get the child element. Get what? Get the way I said get root element. There in the serialization, what is the command? Create root element. Here get child element. In the serialization, what is the command? Create child element. You remember? Like this is to be there, right? 3 data. This comma null. Here in the place of get, it was what? Create child element. Now it is what? Get child element. Right? Get child elements. So there is to create root. Here I am get root. From the root, get the elements. Get the elements. That elements child can be multiple. That's the reason I'm taking list. Because there can be more than one child element can be there. That's the reason I'm taking list. Oh, why am I making this? I'm taking list. Now from the list, one by one I have to take out. One by one data I have to take out. For command. For what? From this DOM.xml node. It's a node actually. Node called as D. Right? Each child EC. From where? From right childs. More than one child. One by one EC. Then I will say parse data. Parse data. Already I got the root, right? Root parse data equals to parse data plus right, plus what is that? EC dot get name. EC dot get name. EC dot get name. EC dot get name. Right? EC dot get name. Done. Right? Get name. So it will get the name of it. Next, I will say, wait. Again, I'm saying parse data is equals to parse data plus EC dot get text. Get text. Get name, get text. Get name. Get the name of the child and get name. Name is name. Text is Rupam. Name is phone. Text is 777. Name is industry. Text will be banking. Key value. Key value. Key value. In the node, right? In the fruit, there will be name of the fruit, label of the fruit. Right? Label of the fruit. Right? Label of the fruit. Getting it? If you do, you can remove this line. I don't read this line 11. It is just for I need this. I don't need the root name. I need the data. Data is here. Label data. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Let's go ahead. Right? Let's go ahead and see how does the output looks. Control S. Now I will create file. Okay, before let me copy this class name. Control C, file, new Visual Force page. Control V. In place of CL, I'll say VF. Okay, Visual Force page. Controller. Control C, Control V, controller. Now Apex form. Because I've taken a method, I have to do the whole big thing again. Apex form. Apex form. Inside the form, page block. Right, as usual, title I'll give. Title equals to what? I will say SIMPL, simple, DSEARIL LIZATION, simple deserialization. Title I give. Inside the page block, what I'll have, right? What I'll have now, let me do something different. I will take inside this, I will not take section. I will take Apex panel grid. Panel, PANL, panel grid. Apex panel grid. It will show you a panel grid. Wait, you'll see the output. In this, I will say column 3 panel grid. Then width, do I have a width? Size, width is there. Width, I will say 600. Right. Inside the panel grid, what I will do is that, right? Okay, panel grid. Okay. Inside this, what I will do is that I will have the place where you'll input the string. Apex INPUT input this text area. Let's take yesterday also we took text area. Rows, number of rows 6. Columns, so number of columns, let's take 100. What is the data that is entered here? Value equals to exclamation this XML string. Whatever you're entering, I'm taking inside the class as an XML string. Done. Copy it. Now what I will do is that woof. Okay, inside the panel grid, see, I'm doing all this nonsense, guys, this panel grid and everything, but I need not to do all these things to show you the output. I'm trying to beautify my page, right? Inside the panel grid, I will create one more panel grid. Apex, right? PANN panel grid. Inside this, one more panel grid. How many column? I will say column equals to one column only. Column equals to 1. Inside the panel grid, I will put the button. Apex COMM command button. Right? So Apex command button. What is that? Value equals to what? CLIC convert. Click to convert. That's a label. Action. Whenever you click on it, system should immediately call the method. Convert me. Right? Now this has to refresh my re-render. Always re-render I write to refresh. Re-render what? My output result. Where is my output result? Right? Inside that panel grid only. Inside the panel grid, input is there and output is there. In between, there is another panel grid. Apex input text area. Same thing. Let me copy this command. Input text area. Control C. See, between the two inputs, I have one panel grid inside. There's a panel grid starting, panel grid ending. There's an input in the panel grid, there's an output in the panel grid, right? Number of rows 6, 100. Value is what? Value is nothing but parse data, the result. Here input, here output. In between the button. Perfect. Control S. Let's hope that there is no error. See the output, how it looks. To do this output, I was doing a panel grid. See, you input here. There's a button in between. Then there is output. Right? Now I will input a simple data. Name. If a name start, name has to end. Slash name. Root. By this you understood name is a root. Name is account start, account ends. Account start, account ends. See that? The files. Right? Account start. Then account ends somewhere. Simple. Right? Name start, name ends. It's a root. Inside the root. Right? Root. What I will say? First name. First name is Rupam. Backslash first name. I'll copy this. First name. And backslash. See, I'm creating an XML string manually now. Last name. Last name is what? Name concept. Name, first name, last name. I say convert. See, I get a data. Name, first name, but it's all coming in one string. See, input was given to me as an XML string. Output, I'm able to differentiate the data. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more programming, guys. Right? Let me copy this. Control C. Let me go ahead and do a little bit more programming in the class itself. Parse data, because everything is coming in one. I want in a next line. So I will say what? Slash n. Next line plus. Here I will say plus. In between I'm adding one more. Is to. Perfect. Control S. I'm saving it. Let me go ahead and refresh the page. Let me place the data here. Convert. See. Next line. N means next line. Next line. Between the label and this, I have added a dash. You want to add a space? Let's add a space. Dash. This space. Two spaces I have given. Control N stand for next line. Go to the next line. Right. Come. V. Convert. So that you're getting the data. Deserializing. Somebody gave me an XML. I'm taking the data out of it. First name Rupam, last name Chakravarti. What is this? The root is name. This is the name of a person. See the data. Guys, easy. Tell me. Yes or no? All silent. What happened? Is it okay? Easy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Program is
sir.
confusing. because you are doing it for the first time, no? So obviously it will be confusion. First time only, if you understand everything, right? Things you didn't do in your life, in first time you are doing it. On that only, if you understand 100%, then you're a god, right? I'm doing it day in, day out. For me, it's a day in, day out work. By closing in the dreams also, I can write because I'm doing it. Because you're doing it for the first time, that's the reason it's a confusion. Agreed. But that confusion will go when you start doing the programming. See, this is how I'm deserializing. Step 3, get the root.
Sir,
Sorry, tell me.
can you explain about line number 15 and 16 once again? That's line number 15 and 16.
Definitely. So in the root is what? Let's see the output. Root is name. In the name, there could be more than one nodes can be there, right? Let me take called phone, right? Phone. Empty. He didn't give me the phone number. Next, there could be one more. What is that? Mobile. Mobile. He gave the mobile number. This is the child. These are all the next root, the main root. On the main root, if you see the diagram, on the main root, on the main root, my fruit is not exactly on the root itself. There is one line, one twig is coming up, one small root. On this root, there's a one more root. This one, what is this line? There is a one more small root. On that, the fruit is hanging. How many small roots are there? 2. Fruits is not coming directly on the root itself, on the main root itself. On the main root, on the side, the fruits will be attached. If you take out, if you have seen any time potatoes, how the potatoes looks, chamagaddas. Did you see any time? See this potato plant images, how the potato see the structure. There's a main root. On the main root, one small subroot is coming and then potato. Potato is not on this main root, it's on the subroot. See, this is how the potato comes. Potato, turnip, you take anything, right? Next, what? Ginger, right? See, woof, potato was good, right? Colocasia, plant, right? Here it is. See, on the subroot, sometime it will be there fruits. So that's exactly what I'm doing. First, get the root. Let me go to the programming. First, right? A potato plant is given to me. I created an empty pot. I created an empty dock. On that dock, I loaded the potato plant. From the potato plant, first I got the main root. Get the root. I'll call them as root. The main root is called root. Main root, you don't need this. This line is unnecessary. I told you earlier itself. Now, on the main root, there'll be subroots. How many can be there? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you take a potato plant, there can be 4 potatoes, but they'll be on the subroot. That means they are also node. There can be more than one node. Whenever it's more than one data, I will always take a list collection data type. That I'm calling it as what? Child. And get the root elements. How many roots elements are there? How many subroots are there? Get all those. On that, there is a fruit. On that, the potato is there. Now, one by one, right, I will load the node. Each child, that means 1. Go here, right, take the label, take the data. It will say label is name, data is Rupam. Next, catch another root element. Last name is Chakravarti. Label is last name. Data is Chakravarti. Next, this loop will keep on running. I'm running this loop. Each child nodes. Root will have childs. Child can be multiple. There can be only one root. For a moment, I have taken only one root. There could be two roots also. Right? Mostly 90% of the plant will have only one main root. Every plant, actually 100%. Whichever plant you take, right, they will have one core root. So let's go by that concept only. One core root can have subroots. That subroots are multiple. So I'm taking it. Third, phone. Label is phone. Data is blank. Null. Third, sorry, the fourth one. Label is mobile. Phone number is 888. Get name, get text. Get name will give you the label. Get text will give you the text string attached there. Text string attached there. Control C. I'm copying it because as soon as I hit save there, right? So that is the program. Right? Next time when I click on convert, see, phone number blank, root, name is the root. On that, these are childs. Fruits are actually on the subroot. Label is called first name, data is this. That's exactly what I did in the programming. Go ahead, see this. Step 3, get the root. Step 4, what is that? Get root elements, comma, subroot. Right? There can be more than one. Get root elements, more than one. Right? Root will have only one root element. Now, step 5. What is step 5? Step 5. What is this? Run a loop on each. Run loop on each element. Each, right? ROT, root elements. Right? Step 6. For each root element. Step 6. For each get the label. Step 7. For each root element, get the data. Get label, get data. Over. Till the time all the potatoes are extracted. I'll keep on running that loop. Potatoes. Potato is the best example. Best example is this. Best example is this. Get the root. In the root, how many elements are there? 1, 2. There are some empty elements are there also there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In that, some of the roots have again subroot. You can see that small. Root number 2 has a sub element. Root number 4 again has sub branches. You can see. Right now, this all is one list because more than one. Now, one by one, get the first. Get the label, get the fruit. Label is potato, fruit is a potato. Next, get the label, nothing. Fruit, nothing. Third root element, yes, there's a fruit. Fourth root element, nothing. Fifth, nothing. Sixth, yes. Seventh, nothing. Eighth, potato. Ninth, nothing. 10th, potato. Any more there? No there. Come out. Now give me the potatoes. How many potatoes will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 potatoes will be output. That's exactly what I did just now. Exactly the same thing I did. Good. Perfect. Understood. Yes. Yes. Now, understood, guys? Anybody has any questions? Simple deserialization code. These are the steps that you have to follow. Get the root name is an optional step. If you don't take it also, what will happen? In the output, this will not come. What will not come? Name will not come. That's it. Ante kada. And I don't need it. Endukadi naku? My main aim is to get the data. My main aim is this. I don't need the top. I don't need that name. So if you don't need it, then actually we don't need it. This is optional. This step is optional. I'm getting the root name also. I don't need the root name actually. I need to get the fruits. That is my main purpose. But just for showing you, I showed you that yes, you can get the root name also. This step is optional. Step 3.1, get root name. Optional. In the real time, we don't need the root name. What should I do with the root name? But sometimes we need it because to understand whether it's a contact or account. Root only will tell, yes, it's a contact. That name of the contact is this. Then I need it. If I don't need, right, then I don't need. So this is optional. Depending on the situation, you will take the name. Right? Cool. Good. Understood? Understood? Now,
Yes, sir.
everybody got it, right? I don't know what you got, but everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's do one thing. What we are going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow also deserialization. Complex deserialization. We will create an account. Now these are all, I'm showing you that how deserialization work. If a data is given to you in XML, this is how you will take it out. Remember that these are the corest, whatever you say, importantest part of your integration. Integration is just a weak class if you know these three concepts: XML, JSON, HTTP. Then for me, writing a SOAP or a REST API is just a weak class. Over. To bring you to that level, these are required because in that 90% of your program will be this. 90% of your integration program will be this. Serializing or deserializing. Data will be given to you in a string format. So you have to deserialize it. How to get the data is, we'll see in the HTTP. How to transfer the data, how to get the data. Here, I am typing the data. Now the data has to come automatically. That is through HTTP. Right, fine, okay. Now next class, what I'm going to do. Next class, what I'm going to do. Next class, tomorrow, what we are going to do. We will do the same thing. This example we'll take. This example we'll take. Tomorrow we will create 2 accounts, 2 or 3 accounts. Account, root, name, ABC, phone, 555, industry, right? Accounts, we'll start doing it. We'll start the complex one. We'll start deserializing tomorrow. That's it for today. We'll stop it here, right? I want you to go ahead and digest this program, right? It's not that how many program you can eat. After eating, you should be able to digest those program also. So today, spend your time on this. Look on it. How can I deserialize and I can take it forward, right? That's it for today. Any questions before I disconnect? By the way, just to keep you updated, new lightning batch is starting from 18th Saturday at 7:30 a.m. Indian Standard Timing. Weekend batch. Every Saturday and Sunday, weekend batch, because most of you are now started going to office, right? Those who are working candidates, their office has started, right? They need to report to the office. The lockdown, unlock 2.0, 3.0 is going on now. So during this process, we decided that we will start a weekend batch on Saturday and Sunday, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Starting this Saturday, we are starting a new lightning development batch. It will be 10 weekends, 8 to 10 weekends, 2.5 months. 1 month has 4 weekends. You can say that 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So total 8 to 10 weekends we'll be taking development classes for lightning, right? Only lightning development. After the lightning development, LWC will start, which is another, right? Another 4 to 5 weekends, another 1 month, right? This is the last chance for you guys to sync up with the learning. Every batch will get 2 chances to join. Doesn't mean that you can't join after 5 months. You can join, but if you join after 5 months, most of the concept you'll forget. During every batch, I'm giving them twice a chance. Already the people who have joined the lightning, they have already in LWC. Now they're in LWC. Next weekend, their LWC will come to end. By next to next weekend, your course will come to an end, complete course. So those people are completely aligned. Complete course will end. You guys, those who have not joined, it is the last chance for you to join lightning classes, not on the weekdays, on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. Those who are interested, please contact the admin. Those who are interested, please contact the admin and ask for a link, right? Any questions? Anybody has any questions?